And a special welcome to new people who've discovered my channel recently because of my film about strange melted rocks in Scotland. So I thought today I'd answer a few questions about who am I? The first question that tons of people ask is, am I really Adam Savage? No. I guess my dark glasses, my wild hair, and my over-enthusiastic presentation is a bit similar, but no. Who I am is a science researcher and filmmaker. For many years I've worked for the BBC, Discovery Channel, National Geographic, PBS Public Broadcasting, working and making science films. And there's something you don't know about science films on television, and that is for every film that you see, there are hundreds and hundreds of really good ideas that never make it to your screen. I helped research many good ideas that didn't make it onto your telly. And the other thing about science on television is it's arrogant. It's made by producers with one agenda, and they don't want to listen to you, who might know more about the subject than they do, and that's what's special about this channel. I know that you know your stuff. You've worked in a specialized industry, and you really know interesting facts. So when I say the truth's out there, it's not really an X-Files reference. I mean it. I am open to your knowledge. Often I do follow-ups when people write and tell me the truth. Plus, the interactive nature of YouTube is incredible. Read the comments. There's often good stuff down there. But YouTube films also have a big problem, and that is, after they're made, they disappear. So especially for new viewers, I'm going to show you some teasers from some of the interesting films on this channel. There's a menu system and links in the description so you can watch the whole films. And this first one is a classic example of a missed opportunity. I worked on a BBC Horizon film about Yellowstone Park blowing up. You might have seen it. One of the people in that film was Stanley Ambrose. He has a fascinating theory about human bottlenecks, that over the course of time, the human race was decimated. And fascinatingly, there used to be different types of humans on this planet. Humans have been on this planet for 6 million years. Over these millions of years, evolution must have made many successful variations of the human form. But today we are all incredibly similar in shape, height, and abilities. But we are not the diverse human race that you would expect to see. The question is, why? Volcanoes might just hold a clue to this mystery. But the answer does not lie in the rocks, but deep inside all of us. I was introduced to Stanley Ambrose while working on a BBC film about Yellowstone National Park and its volcanic potential. Stanley put forward the theory of population bottlenecks, times when life on Earth is drastically reduced by unknown catastrophes, reducing animals and humans to only a handful of lucky survivors. And here's a wee film about a rock in Scotland. Actually, it's quite controversial where it actually is. Rockall.
Another shipping forecast issued by the Met Office at 2343 on Saturday the 18th. Rockall, westerly, veering northwesterly, 7 to severe gale 9, decreasing 5. Showers, good.
But where exactly is Rockall, and why is it important? The possession of Rockall, 386 kilometres or 240 miles west of the Scottish mainland, was for many decades deemed imperative in order to secure claims to the vast tracts of surrounding fisheries. The British Navy annexed the rock in 1955 by hoisting the Union flag and cementing a brass plaque on its storm-washed summit. The initial incentive for the annexation was the test firing of the UK's first guided nuclear weapon. the American-made Corporal missile. The missile was to be launched from South Uist in western Scotland and sent over the North Atlantic to fizzle out near Rockall. The Ministry of Defence was concerned that the unclaimed island would provide an opportunity for the Soviet Union to spy on the test. Consequently, in April 1955, an order was issued to the Admiralty to seize the island and declare UK sovereignty, lest it become an outpost for foreign observers. One of my passions is the history of nuclear warfare. In the east of England, the Atomic Weapon Research Establishment tested Britain's atom bombs. Orfordness, a 10-mile-long shingle spit on the Suffolk coast. For the greater part of the 20th century, it was one of the most secret experimental military sites in the country. As boffins worked to challenge and change the course of world history. Flying out of Farnborough, our V-bombers would carry mock-ups of British atom bombs to Orfordness for drop testing. There were inevitably a few accidents. One inert atom bomb fell off its bomb bay hook and rested precariously on the bomb bay doors, forcing the pilots to drop it into the Thames estuary, where it lies today, undiscovered in the London clay and mud. Another was accidentally dropped a bit early and fell short into a Suffolk farmer's field. But this was all hush-hush, taking place at a time when nobody really spilled the beans. Orfordness is one of the few places where purpose-built facilities were created for testing atomic weapons and their components. Blue Danube, Britain's first atomic bomb, was lowered by crane into these specially constructed pagoda roof pits to be tested. And the real legacy of atomic testing is this place, a dome of death in the Pacific Ocean. There's an atoll called Eniwetok, a big circular Pacific feature made up of little individual islands. One of these islands is called Runit, and on Runit there's this dome. The dome was built in the 1970s by a group of US Army engineers who shoveled the waste into this round crater and then put an 18-inch thick concrete top on the dome. These brave young men were never told what was involved and how dangerous the job was. And today on social media, they track all the whereabouts of everybody who was at the atoll building the dome. Sadly, almost none of them have lived past the age of 60, many dying of cancers. And I love hearing from you, the viewers. An ex-RAF technician, Jamie Grant, spotted a UFO while cycling around the Solway Firth. When someone sees a genuine UFO, you won't see it on the news, you'll see it here on YouTube. That's what you're all here for, to see first disclosure of a real UFO. Well, you've come to the right place with this Scottish UFO story. Enter Jamie Grant on his bicycle. This is the end of May 2000. Jamie is enjoying some early morning exercise by riding his bike around his local military facility, Chapel Cross. But what he saw that day changes history. And I love digging into the secrets of underground military facilities. One of Britain's best kept secrets is a large complex under Box Hill. Today I'll tell you what's really underneath Rudloe Manor. Remember this classic picture? US commanders watching live the Osama bin Laden raid. We've never seen a picture of what they were looking at, but I believe it was something like this, and possibly in real time. And the way they got those images was from a drone or a satellite. But satellite surveillance has an immense problem. It can't really see at night or through clouds. So the military came up with synthetic aperture radar surveillance. But it's data hungry. The raw SAR, synthetic aperture radar imagery, is so encrypted and so difficult to read. It needs vast computing power to interpret and pass on in real time to the commanders. So I got contacted by a defense contractor who works for a large American computing company who processes SAR imagery, and he told me this. So that was a selection of films that you'll find on this channel. If any of them sparked your interest, click on the links below to watch the film. So welcome new viewers, and keep sending me interesting stories. Because of you, the truth is out there.